Listen carefully. First, listening. Accounting standard 10. Property, plant and equipment. As I was telling you, this standard is useful throughout your life. As a chartered, unless until you change the profession. Okay, right. Why, sir? Means wherever you go, correct, as an accountant or as an auditor, there will not be any company balance sheet without property, plant and equipment. Correct. So, yes, yesterday, day before, like we were saying, like, say, I got a car. Correct now. What is that? One tire gone. Right? A tire I'm replacing with a new tire. We went and hit one tree or something. We are safe, but car bumper gone. Front part. You have to replace. That will cost you 25,000 to 30,000 rupees. Depends on car to car. Approximately. Fitting charges all together 25,000 rupees it will cost. Now I am spending 25,000 rupees on the car. Tell me what should I do? What journal entry? Two cash I know. Because you will tell that correctly. Repair or shall I capitalize with the car? Sure, sure. Very good. Okay, like that. So many, see, one asset is there means once you purchase asset, there will be so many other things that will be happening. What should I do? Correct now, right? But the same thing what I told you. I bought a car. Sorry, sir. Nice, sir. I paid road tax. You have to pay road tax. Without road tax, you will. I mean, actually, that a car dealer only will pay on behalf of you, and he'll collect everything from you. No, a road tax what I paid. What should I do? Shall I capitalize or not? I'll pay actually insurance. That also will be paid day one only. Without insurance, you are not supposed to take the car into the road. That is a rule in the country. If you are correct now, sir, my car only in my house only, sir. I will. Okay, insurance not required. Road tax also not required. Yeah. Suppose if you take any car purchased within your estate, correct now, within my own premises, then you don't need to pay road tax. I don't want to take my car out. This lorry or this car, something, it's meant for only within my estate of, say, example, a big estate of 100 acres are there. Work only within that only it is useful. They're not required to pay. No, it's not mandatory. I'm not using public road. Why should I pay tax for them? If I use my public road, yes, then you are supposed to pay. Understood? Rules you need to know, read carefully. Sorry, adu bere. So now road tax, shall I capitalize it or shall I charge it to P&L? But what about insurance which you take for 1 year? Day one you have to pay that much. Shall I capitalize or shall I charge off? Sorry, next year I'll again renew the insurance. Dadella, you need, if you know what to be done, to be debited to the asset, to be charged to P&L, if you don't know, if you go to the company in the future, correct now, if you start correct now, they have the accountant, you can't expect accountant to know the accounting standard 10. He must have passed journal entry something. But if you know the subject, then you will go and say, no, sir, this is as per the standard. This should be done like this should be done like this. Correct, na? That is the point will come. You understood? So that's why you need to have good knowledge in the standard. Then only you can do good auditing. Then only enjoyment will come. Otherwise, same number telling tick is useless. Correct now. A big capitalization of big machines or plant and machinery. When you go to client's place, they will give bunch of papers. Not 1, 2, 3 paper. Bunch. Bunch में correct. Still bunch correct or not correct? Something else missed out. Then standard 10 का full revision हो जाएगा. Yeah, that is what practically you see na. Practical application that gives you the joy and you'll never forget in life. Got it? Yes. Chalo. Such kind of beautiful standard, such kind of lifetime required standard, you are going to learn now. Okay. Yeah. Accounting standard 10. What is this, sir? No, some plant and machinery. This is one building. Correct na? This you know. Building in new model. How did a bucket? Can you observe carefully? Ah, right. Fine. So cars, I mean to say vehicles, etc., etc. इस standard में क्या? What do we learn, sir? What do you learn? When to capitalize? Correct now. What model? Cost model, revaluation model. When you sell it, what should happen? Correct now. Exchange में क्या होता? So many things are there. Right. I just give a small kind of agenda. That's it. Yeah, depreciation, revaluation, disposal. So many points are there. Not one, two, three. So many side headings will come. Next, E standard is not applicable for the following. For what it is not applicable, sir? Don't need to refer your standard 10 for the following. First, the point number one. Point number one, what I say? Biological assets go not applicable. For what it is not applicable? Biological assets. But other than bearer plant, he said. And that means what? For bearer plant. What is bearer plant? We'll see later. Now only. Correct. Now, bearer plant, other than bearer plant means for bearer plant, is it applicable or not applicable? Applicable. What does it mean? Bearer plant also biological asset. But for bearer plant, accounting standard 10 is applicable. Hello, understood? Sorry. Right. What is biological asset? Biological asset spelling gotu sir. Spelling veru, meaning vere. Try to understand the meaning and remember it. What's biological asset? Bold. Human resource. Human resource cannot be fixed asset for me. No? Correct. No? My employee is not my PP. Cattle, livestock. Agreed. Not only that, one more. Plants. Simple biological asset means which has life, amma. That's all. But human don't bring. Yeah, human has life, I know. Okay, other than human. I mean to say, living animal, living plants. Again, animal does not include human. Animal includes human. Human also is animal. Correct. No? Animal is a big definition. Right. And correct. No? Yes, human ko you can't bring it here. Right. So livestock and etc. No, for that not applicable. What are not why not applicable? Actually, in accounting standards, mein, there is no standard for the time being. Standard illa. But in days mein hai. In days 41 talks about agriculture. Agriculture includes even livestock related. Okay, what to do? We'll see that. Just wait for few seconds. Second bit. Minerals, oil, correct now, ores, gases, and etc. etc. All non-regenerative natural resources. These are all. Non-regenerative. Non-regenerative means what will happen? Suppose here you found coal. You digged full and you took everything. Extracted all full coal. Hello, understood? Afterwards, this is not like water once again comes. Tree, one more seed I'll put, I'll come. No, it won't come. Aste. Other khali place, close and you search somewhere in this planet. Where is the coal? Karke search kar. Hello, understood? Ali khali, sir. Ali khali means okay, guy. Next, correct. Now that's why people have to be careful about the natural resources before it is completed. That's why anyhow people have started thinking about the solar power, wind power, so many other powers. Correct now. Okay, that is one good sign. Yes. First of all, in minerals, oils, ores, gases, nim property, num property. It's not your property, it's not my property. That is central government property. Whose property? Sir, I have 100 acres. So, right now I understood that under below this ground, there is full minerals are available, sir. Oh, is it? Government knows this, sir. Yes. Then wish you the best. Why wish you the best? Government will take over your. My property, I am not interested to sell. Get lost. Understand? That is government property. As per the laws of any country in this world, any country, not just India, your property is land means up to what some level of depth below anything pertaining to the king. Yes, obviously that is to the property of the government. That's not yours. And again, when they are valuing it to pay, they have to pay compensation to you. Our compensation is not based on the below information. Only the above land. Understood? A land without minerals, how much does it value? That money compensation they will give it to you. They will take over. You don't have anything to say here, and they don't allow you to say also. Not required. That is always government property. That's natural resource. Got my point. So that will never be an asset for somebody. Correct. But if somebody has taken it on lease basis or something, that is a different way. But anyhow, in accounting standard, we don't have a standard for such kind of thing. Okay, we don't have a standard right now. It is excluded from here. We don't want to discuss here. Not a problem. Next standard. Next is what, sir? Any PPE which is covered by other AS. This is one beautiful point. Means, what is that accounting standard 10 itself saying? Array, if you have any other standard, क्या बोल रहा है? If you have other standard which talks about any PPE, first go to that standard. Don't come to me. First check, sir. No standard is there, sir. Bunny. I will discuss now. Follow my standard. Have you understood my point? Is there any other standard? Yeah, there are many things. Suppose you say acquisition of assets as part of amalgamation. What did I say? Acquisition of assets as part of amalgamation. Amalgamation means you are buying another company. Company ko you are buying. When you buy another company, our company assets, so liabilities, everything will come to you. Assets includes even the other company PPE. Assets includes other company PPE. Even though now PPE is getting into your company, you should not follow accounting standard 10 because that is specifically governed by accounting standard 14. That may be recorded at book value, that may be recorded at fair value or agreed value, different numbers may it can be recorded. That if I teach accounting standard 14, I will not teach. Amalgamation chapter, if I teach in group 2, then I will go deeper and deeper in that. Okay. Yes, you should not refer as, sir, PPRI, na, PPRI, but as part of amalgamation. Don't touch standard 10, go to 14. If 10 is like a MBBS doctor. What is it? MBBS. Sir, some ortho problem is there, sir. First check orthopedic doctor is there. Is there. Go there first. Sir, our illa, sir. Banili. On MBBS, everything will talk. Yeah. For the time being, at least painkiller will give. Okay. Right. So something that kind. Yes. Any PPE covered by other standard, refer the other standard. Don't come to my standard. Hello. Is that fine? Chalo. Next, that's what. One more standard, one more reference I gave, PP which is taken as a lease. If any asset, if you take it on lease basis. Yeah, lease basis. That is covered by accounting standard 19, but not by accounting standard 10. Under lease, which asset is coming? Asset. Correct. Under lease, some asset is going, sir. Standard 19 only you are supposed to do it. When asset is given under lease, when asset is taken under lease, still it is supposed to be dealt by 19 but not by 10. Unless until 19 says, this part you refer as 10. Okay, we'll come to as 10. Okay, anyhow, this is 7th standard you are studying. Correct now? Because out of 8 standards, one is left, that is AS3, I have not yet taught. Hello, correct? Right. So that's what I say. 7th number, which correct? AS1 is done, 2 is done. Correct? 12, 11, 12, 13, 16. Correct now? Then this is 10. That is what? 7. So when you read the full, all the standards of 21 standards, when you read it now, second round, third round revision seriously, if you have read it properly and carefully, the joy you will feel. Oh, the interlinking starts happening. Oh, because of this sentence are said like that. Because of that sentence, see how beautifully they have noted. Got it? Beauty, you understanding के लिए थोड़ा time लगेगा. Fine, no worry. You will 19 also I will teach, so nothing to bother. Right. See, let's spend some time on the biological asset other than bearer plant. What is biological asset we spoke, my dear? What is the biological asset we spoke? That is the living animal and living plants. Yeah, life is must. Sir, when plant is there, we cut, sir. That is no more plant. That is called wood. Hello, correct. Now, life is gone. Wood. Correct. Life should be there. Then only, then only this living animal biological asset anta we will call. Hello, correct. Right. We have one cow. Cow gave a birth to calf. Past journal entry. Entry, please. I'll tell journal entry, okay? Listen to me carefully. Calf account debit to cow account. Why? Calf I have received, debited. Cow is the giver, credited. Kare, shall I record like that? Super entry, no? Illappa, wrong entry. What do we do? Index 41 is there, na? Index 41 may we value the cattle group of animals, correct na? At fair market value every time. How do you value? FMV minus selling cost will take it just for understanding FMV essay. Group. Suppose today I purchased one cow. I don't know values of cows obviously. Say example for understanding, rough understanding 20,000 rupees I'll say. Rough number. Yeah, today I bought it. We check on 31st March what is the value of the cow. Okay, value of the cow. See, if you are buying one cow means you don't do it. Correct. Now, company is doing with what cattle you have. Correct. Now, maybe milk business is you have. Many other business you must milk products business must be there. Then it works. Correct now. So you know what is the market rate of the cows right now. Age of 3 years, so age of 4 years, so age of 5 years, so age based value will be up and down. Correct. Suppose I bought it at 20,000 rupees on 31st March, that same cow value is equal to 22,000 rupees, sir. 2,000 rupees transferred to P&L straight away. Cow account debit to profit and loss. Sir, it went down, sir. Correct now. Profit and loss. Gain only I am transferring to P&L to last cow, why not? Correct now. Last cow will never leave only option. Correct. Automatically will be transferring it to P&L. That the cows livestock will be valued at FMV minus selling cost under Ind AS 41. Okay. Anyhow, I told you there is no concept in accounting standard, but the people do follow accounting standards will follow the same concept actually, even though nothing is specifically mentioned. But fine, chalo, let's come back to what is bearer plant, sir. You know, one time, not very recent, some 3 4 years before, they asked one question, 3 marks. What is bearer plant? Ashte. That's what I was telling you from the beginning, Ray. Don't underestimate. Huh? Every definition is important, every bit is important. Correctly read and go. Pakka will pass. Okay, bearer plant only asked just bearer plant definition he wants. And there are three conditions. To say one plant is bearer plant, correct now? Plant is bearer plant, it has to satisfy three conditions. Yeah, one simple example I'll take mango tree. Okay, yeah, feel like eating, huh? Eat later, right? Chalo. So now mango tree, true, mango tree satisfies whatever I'm going to say, the three conditions. Yes, as I said, that is a bearer plant. It has to satisfy all the three conditions. First condition. Why do you have mango trees, first of all? Farm. See, you have a farm, not one tree, sir. Next to my house is there, sir. Government wala, I'm accounting, sir. Don't tell that. Got my point. You have a farm. A farm of this, okay, mango farm is there. Correct. Why do you have the farm? What's your objective? You want to cut the tree and sell? No, no, that is not the one. We produce mangoes. Correct. A tree will give. That is my production. Our production I'll sell and make money. Correct. Na? So it is used to produce the agriculture produce. What is your agriculture produce? Mango is my produce. My intention is to correct na, get the mango, sell the mango, and make money. Got my point? And next, useful life of that tree. Correct. Na, bearer plant must be more than 12 months. Mango tree to life is more than 12 months, obviously. Correct. Now, what 12 months? 80, 90, 100 years also, some mango trees will be there. Correct. Now, like how human life will change, trees life also like that. Next, remote likelihood of selling it as it is, as a produce. Remote likelihood. Remote means what? Rare. Percentage दे दिया remote 0 to 10%. 5 10 no. 0 to 5 percentage I taught you long ago. Day 1, I think. Probable definition time I explained. Right, do you remember? Bolo re, 10 to 50 what? 50 above 95. Virtually super. That's it. So remote likelihood of selling as it is as a agriculture produce. Correct. Now, do you sell the tree as a producer? No, no, no. What is my produce? Mango is a produce. But sometime do you sell? Sometime I will sell. When, sir? Sir, cyclone came, sir, if trees fell down, sir. What you will do? Cut and sell as a wood. Correct. Na? Sir, e tree life already over, sir. Some disease came, something came. Correct. Na? Tree life is over. It's not worthful. And if I don't cut, na, the problem will spread to other one. Then obviously I have to cut it. Under that rare circumstance, you may cut, my dear, but not that is not your objective. Hello, understood? Right. So now one question. That go through the three conditions once again, please. Go through the conditions once again, please. Keep it with you. Hmm? Conditions you went through. Tell me, coffee plantation. Is it a bearer plant or not? Yes, no, why no, why yes? Yes, many people are telling. No, one or two people tell. No, why no? Hmm. बोल रहे. So what is your name? What to call? Zeban. Right? Awake. Okay, tell me. It's just a plant, not a tree. That's why it is not a bearer plant. Is it? Hey, condition satisfy karo na. What? Why did I teach you for last 5 10 minutes, sir? Plan to shape ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ you are telling nonsense. Hey, condition bol first. What is your produce? Beans. Coffee beans. Correct alva? Okay, done. Satisfied. Next, what is the life of plant? Gotta ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Adu okay. That is accepted. Don't conclude. If you don't know, you tell. But shouldn't conclude it. Correct, na? Coffee plantation 25 to 30 years it will work. Anybody from Madikeri and all? Yes. Plantation life will be 25 to 30 approximately, na? Easily it will come. Not for 1 year, one time ke liye, no. Yes. When you see people, plantation, not only seeing natural beauty, okay, should inquire also. Basic thing you should do that. Then you are auditor. Otherwise, no. Next, remote likelihood of selling it. Although once it is 25, 30 years over, then automatically people will cut it. Otherwise, they don't cut it. Correct. Or cyclone or some circumstance where it is no more useful to me, that day they'll cut it. Otherwise, they don't cut. Perfectly all right, my dear. It's perfectly a better plant. Dekho, next question came automatically. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sorry. Leaf. Yes, wait, it will come. It will come, sir. Just wait. Teak tree. Is it bearer plant or not? Yes or no? Why no? First, what is your produce? Tree itself is my produce. Correct, na? Do you get teak fruits? No, nothing will come. Correct, na? So nothing teak fruit and the concept illa. Don't create new thing. Huh. No, this is see my objective is not to get the teak leaf also. Correct. That is a byproduct to you. That is not the main product to you. Teak tree is grown up for the purpose of wood. Hello, correct? Yes. Main goal you have to look at. Primary is there, secondary is there. Yeah, leaves can be dried up, leaf can be used in some other fashion. That is all byproduct. That is not the main product. Wood is the main product here. So since which one coffee? Yeah? Coffee is the main product. Correct. Coffee is the main product. Rest all the things are byproduct to you. Correct. So my here main product, see, tree itself is a main product, which is meant for sale. That is my business. So here tea trees, no. Now tea bush, what you are saying? Tea bush. Here also leaf is important. Leaf is leaf. What do you take it out? Leaf only will take it out. Now tell me tea. Ray, tea bush bolo. Yes or no? Yes. Why yes? Produce need not be a fruit all the time. Produce can be a leaf also. That is what I'm saying. That should be main produce to me. That's not a byproduct concept. Main is what? Tea leaf only you will take. That you will convert into powder and you will sell it off. Correct. But bush you do not touch. Bush nobody will buy. Correct. Now bush is what? Bush. Correct. Now they'll just put a fire and just that is not a plant also. Na? I mean, it is not a strong material first of all. It's has to be burnt and then again they do restart. Something like that happens. I don't know exactly what happens, but anyhow, tea bush is this grape wine. Grape wine. VINE, not WD. Wine, wine. VI. Yes, please. Huh. No, grape plantation, I mean to say. Is it a bearer plant? Grape wine, if you plant once, it will be there for longer. It won't go off in the same, correct? It's not like one time fruit will come, later you throw it off. Mhm. Anybody has plantation by chance? Or seen, known? See, is it for only 1 year or will it work for more than 1 year? That's it. You will take fruits this season, leave it, put the water, little, correct? Next season again fruits will come. My produce is teak plant. Wood is my produce. Not leaf, not the other things. Other things are small. What do I sell? I sell the plant tree as a item. That should not be there. That is not remote likely. That is the only likely. Okay, chalo. What's your time? Anyhow, definition bolo ek bar. You know definition already. PP definition. PP is a tangible asset held for bolo held for producing goods, providing services, rentals, or administration, and its useful life is exactly more than 12 months. Next, one more. When should I recognize the PPEs are? When should I recognize? There are two conditions. No, not two, but totally three. One is it should satisfy first PPE definition, satisfy karna. What should it satisfy? PPE. Plus two conditions of asset also should be satisfied. What are the two conditions, my dear? Probable future economic benefits inflow plus cost or value should be measured reliably. Hello, understood? That's it. Okay, take break and come back. We'll continue little more and I'll allow you to, okay, copy the things. Is it okay? Yeah, yeah. So don't worry, ma. I will be discussing everything once again. No, it will come along with AC remote. AC remote, we don't capitalize. Where is it? Ah, chalo. Yeah. So don't worry, ma. I will be discussing everything once again. Yeah. So, what did I say? Sorry, trial run expense I was talking. Trial run expense will be capitalized. Listen carefully. Over, sir. Where are you? Site preparation also capitalized. Ah, trial run means listen carefully. So suppose cement plant. Correct now. Cement plant, it's not one small machine like floor mills are. We'll put rice on that. Correct now. Rice flour will come. No, it won't be like that. So small, like here we'll put here only. Correct now. Outcome will come. We'll check. Correct now. We'll adjust it. It will become good. ऐसा नहीं होता ना. If say cement plant, it will be like it may be into two buildings or three buildings also. It is so lengthy process. Correct. You will be putting the raw material in one place, and outcome will be outcome cement will come after some two three buildings. It may be coming out. Hello, understood? Yeah, that's why. So when you install so many set of machines, it's not one, two, three, four. Hundreds of machines will be there. All together it should work. So first you will put say 1 lakh worth of raw material in it. Correct? Now your gypsum, ash, so many things are there for cement manufacturing. Correct. You put it there and you will check what is the outcome. Correct now. It is not up to the mark. Okay, again go adjust this, that, this. Correct. It you don't happen overnight. Now one day it will never happen. It will take some time, 15 days. It will take some time, 1 month. It will take more than 1 month also to trial run. Okay, it will take more than that much for trial run. Hello, understood? Yeah. So what all you put? Every day I'm putting 1 lakh rupees of material, 2 lakh rupees of material, 15 days aa gaya, correct? 15 lakh rupees worth of material I have inserted. Got it? Yep. So now under the given correct now. What do you do? The entire money, what am I supposed to do? Capitalize. 30 lakh rupees, 30 days I did sir, 30 lakh rupees I have inserted sir. 30 lakh rupees should be capitalized. But sometimes what happens towards the end, you must have got some quality of cement that is not up to the mark, but still low level quality. Somebody is ready to purchase it. Okay, सेल करो, चीप में सेल करो. प्रॉफिट नहीं मिलेगा, प्रॉफिट क्यों चाहिए? एटलीस्ट कास्ट मिल गए तो भी सफिशिएंट ना. So that guy paid me some 5 lakh rupees, 6 lakh rupees he paid. Correct ना? So now what should I do? 30 lakh minus if 5 lakh rupees पैसा आया, 25 lakh rupees should be capitalized because cost is what you lost. Cost is what you lost. What you lost actually 30 you lost, and from there you got back 5. So really loss is equal to 25 lakh. That 25 lakh is supposed to be capitalized. Hello, correct? Chalo. So now we are getting in. Correct. Now, what is that I taught here? Nothing I taught. Correct. Basically, recognition initially will be recognizing it at cost, and I told you. Correct. Subsequent measurement is yes. If you have spent some money after initial recognition, what am I supposed to? Shall I charge it to P&L or shall I capitalize it? On the balance sheet date, that is what. In recognition, initial recognition can be happening in three ways. One is buying, correct now, by paying cash or credit, and the second one is self-generation. Correct now, you yourself create constructing an asset. Next one is barter system. That's where we started cash or credit. Basic price is the first one. Correct now. What all you told? Correct now, tell me. Have you told this right, my dear? Yes. Even non-refundable custom duty our person told. Yeah. Next, brokerage also came. Yes. Installation. Yes. Professional charges. Yeah, professional. You will be correct now. Suppose a very big plant, sir. We need some expert from Japan. That guy will come. Correct now. His traveling cost. Who will bear? Our company. Correct now. He'll stay in one hotel. Those days. Correct. It may be one month stay has to be there. Correct. Installation will take lot of time. In 1 month hotel charges, what will happen? Who will bear? Who will bear? We pay. Correct na? Food bill along with bill, food also will come. Ella will come. Correct na? Everything will be borne. Right? Tell me, food charge or travel cost charge, where should I put it? Shall I charge it to P&L, food expense account debit, or plant account debit? Tell me, food account debit or plant account debit? Plant account debit. If I had not constructed the plant, I would have not. He's not Japanese, my not relative. Correct now, come re, huh? Right, obviously. He came only for the purpose of what? Yes, because of the plant. Correct na? Because of the plant, he came. Correct. Now, I have spent only because I'm constructing the plant, I'm acquiring the plant, I'm running the plant. Hello, understood? Right, that's why. Site preparation cost, I told you. Registration cost, we know. Trial run expense, I just now explained. This is something good point, which I'll explain in the next slide. This is present value of the restoration cost. क्या बोला? Present value of the restoration cost. Hello, understood? Yes, restoration cost. Next, all other expenses directly related to bring the PPE to the working condition. All expenses. Are you incurring? Incurring. Why? Because of machines. If you have not bought this machine, no, I would have not spent this money. Correct now. Why did I call this Japanese guy? For installation of machine. If you have not started this one, would have not called, would have not paid. Correct now. That's all. If I had not constructed the machine, I would have not paid it. Then it is directly attributable. Hello, correct? This is a minus. Minus क्या है? Discount कुछ है तो discount. Duty drawback है तो duty drawback. Government grant. Accounting standard 12 मालूम? What will happen in accounting standard 12? बोलो बोलो. Accounting standard 12 में if it is the government grant directly attributable to a depreciable asset, क्या करना? Two options are there. What is the first option? Reduce it from the cost of asset. Second option, show as a DGG, deferred government grant, and transfer it to P&L in the ratio of depreciation. Correct? Yes. One option is you can reduce it from the cost of asset also, na? Yeah. If you choose that policy, yes, reduce it from the cost of, that's it. That is cost of purchase. Hello, understood? Nice. Now, if you have done self construction, sir, tell me, da self construction में क्या आएगा? Same things will come. Hello, self construction में also same thing will come. There you must have paid one shot. Here I have to pay to labor, I have to pay to raw material, I have to pay to power, I have to pay to bulldozer, everybody को pay करना. Anyhow, that is also payment only, na? Exactly. So that's why what do I say? All the costs, cash and whatever I have learned here, cash and credit card, everything will come here. In addition to that, what can be capitalized? Think of super interest. Why interest? Da? Borrowing cost. Why borrowing cost? If we had taken a loan, huh? For a qualifying asset. Adu, that's what I was waiting for. Qualifying asset. Construction will take a lot of time only, na? If construction take a lot of time, then it is obviously a qualifying asset. If it is a qualifying asset, can you capitalize it? Yes, you can capitalize it. Borrowing cost, super. Anything else? Any other overheads directly attributable or allocable, we can say. Say example, simple example to make you understand. I'm constructing one building here. Next also my flat only, assume I'm constructing one more building over there. Hello? Are you getting my point? Huh. So their power is required. No, nowadays construction without power nowadays impossible. Without power anything, correct na? Everything requires almost power. Okay, power line I pulled it from my building. So automatically building power bill will go up or not? Hello? Correct. Earlier I used to get 1 lakh rupees per month power bill. Say example. Now I am getting 130 140,000 rupees power bill. भाई समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ, now क्या करना बोल? हाँ? Capitalize. What should I capitalize? What should I capitalize? 30,000 or 1 lakh? 30,000 or 1 lakh? Can you pass journal entry? I am paying 130,000 rupees. I paid power bill. Bolo entry. Tara, I don't like. Think first, few seconds. Tell me correctly. Debit, credit, full think. And come with one. Okay, I am saying like this. This is my proposal. Journal entry. Proposed journal entry. Tell me, my dear, no? Asset account, debit. How much? 30,000. Our expense account, debit. 1 lakh. 2. Cash. 1 lakh 30,000. Super. Perfectly all right. Still, can you do some bit more to this journal entry? Can we do bit more? No, electricity bill to pay until that's okay. That's not, I don't bother. Little more. Anybody? तो इधर देख और ऊपर देख रहे हैं यू डैश बोल बोल I'll tell you think answer correct now. You said directly asset account means building account debit. Isn't it wrong, my dear? Wrong actually. Why, sir? Building ready, yeah. Building ready illa. Correct. Now, building will be ready after 2 years. So the correct word should be used. Capital work in progress account should be debited. क्या account debit करना? Sorry. When some labor came, put together 1 lakh rupees, I paid them. For the labor, they participated in the construction of my building. Okay. I mean, people worked on my building. I paid them 1 lakh rupees. Now, what is the journal entry should record? Building account debit. Building कहाँ पे है? Capital work in progress account debit to cash. Hello, correct? Once building is ready, sir, today I can start, sir. I can enter, sir, building. Today, capital, correct? Building account debit to capital work in progress account. अर्थ आयता? So, the first day building account debit करके नहीं करना. That is not the way. Hello, understood? Anyhow, whatever you told is perfect. Agreed. I'm happy only. Right. Borrowing cost, if it is a qualifying asset as per 16, any other overheads like this I told you, na, directly attributable like a power, water you have taken from your building. So allocate karo total. Normally, how much is your bill? Correct. Now, over and above this bill, anything comes at the attributable to new construction of building. Something. What's logical? You are already experts in casting, isn't it? Correct. You can apply your casting knowledge here. Right. Cost of PP. That is the cost of PP. Next. Yeah. Cost does not include. Tell me, Nana. This you people try. Cost of PP should not include these kind of costs, sir. Which are all the cost? Hmm? Inauguration cost. Super. Agree. It will never be. Penalties. No way. Correct. Next. Interest अभी क्या ऊपर करे? हाँ. अरे इसको उल्टा नहीं बोलना. Something else you tell me. अरे non-refundable you told, so refundable. I'll tell. Too much of. बोल. Tell. You apply general knowledge, right? Do you remember accounting standard 2 May? Inventory cost does not include 5 items. बोलो बोलो. Forgot fully already. Congratulations. First one, general administration cost. Second, selling and distribution cost. Abnormal loss. Storage cost. Super. Finance cost. Hey, you guys go. If I ask you question, that's one problem. Correct. If I don't ask you, will you read? Even if you read how you read, light, top, I will read. One time, 2 times, you will read. Correct, na? Correct. You wanted, that is the your destiny. What can we do? Correct, no? You wanted it like this. It will happen like that. Correct, na? Right. You will make jewelry without any hit only. Correct, na? Gold you give directly. Om bhim phat karke jewelry aa jayegi. Correct, na? Without any hit. Nobody would like to take the risk. Nobody would like to take the pain. But you want gains. There is no way like that. Pressure if you are not willing to take, pain you are not willing to take, gain will not be there. Right. I was holding the Seshadripuram branch for some time. I was asking daily, I was screwing them up properly. Ide point, ide thing, just recently completed no, for them also. The minute I ask no, what 5 answers came. It will come from you also. The problem I told now, I left it. Result, lot of difference will be there. Obviously, correct now. See, the minute this if I say that tomorrow I'll ask you, because tomorrow I ask you this point, will you read it or not? How many times you'll read? Once at a no, number of times you'll read. Attention will be there inside. Correct na? Our reading, on your own reading, is there a difference or no difference? Ayo, आसमान जमीन फर्क lot of difference ಅಷ್ಟು difference ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That should be there. That is correct. You also know it. I don't need to say that. Problem, ego issues. That's okay. That kills you. We can't help you. Right? The minute you bear the pressure, you will start studying. You will do double job, not triple. Correct? Na? So many you'll do read the same thing again and again, again and again. You sorry, will ask. Okay, let's do it. There is a lot of difference. Sorry, I don't want to ask again. Don't worry. Point is, but uh, intensity important. You should read in that fashion. If you read in that fashion, then you can remember for longer time. Otherwise, all human brain, correct na? Right. To remember, you need to do some exercise. While reading, read it carefully. Light work, don't do it. Chalo. Yeah, caste does not include. Here also, general administration caste, we don't include it. Yeah, selling and distribution is not, we cannot write that line. Why means here inventory, their inventory is meant for sale, selling distribution cost will happen. This is for PPE. Why selling distribution is relevant here? Abnormal loss any day, anyhow, it will never be. Abnormal loss is a loss that should be charged to P&L, cannot sit in the balance sheet. True. Next. Next is what operating losses expected. You understood my point? Operating losses. What is operating losses? Yeah, suppose if I started, suppose I started some factory. For first 1 year or second year, you got a loss. So can I capitalize that loss? Correct. Loss आया तो charge it to P&L. Why will it be capitalized? It can never be. Correct na? No sir, because I opened factory, I got loss. Illappa. Because you are inefficient, you got the loss. Because because of the factory illa. Because of your inefficiency, because of the market illa. Correct na? You are not good at advertisement. Because of so many other things are there. Not because of factory. Sorry. Training expenses. Correct na? Say I got a new machine. You are my employees. You don't know how to use it because of the new technology. Now I appointed somebody, that guy trained you. Correct na? I paid you some, I mean, the trainer ko paid some money, some money, training fees I have to pay him na. Right. So what should I do? Charge it or capitalize it? Charge it. Why should I charge it? Because of his training, value of asset is not going up. Correct na? Your value, my employees ka knowledge got up, but not my asset. So there is no point of taking the two asset. Correct. Now opening ceremony, as you people told already. Next, internal profit. क्या बोला? Internal profit. Suppose you are taking out one asset from your own godown से ले रहा है. क्या बोला? Your own godown से you took some few assets, you have taken it for the construction. Hello, understood? But you cannot sell yourself, no. Will you sell yourself? That to profit too much. Correct. Now, internal profit should not exist in this. Hello, correct? Try this, my dear. This is some old building, above. Okay, we bought this old building. We made it like this. Super. Right. Super building we make. All right. So old building demolition cost. How much, above? 1 crore to make it flat and get the site. That's all. And new building full construction cost 250 crore rupees. Okay. Obviously. Right. What is the cost of the building that should be capitalized? Is it 250 crore rupees or 251 crore rupees? 250 or 251? 250 or 251? Why 250 ma? Why not 1? No, some people are telling. Many people told 251. Some told 250. Why are you not adding 1? It is added to dismantling cost will be added to old plant, but don't add it to this plant. Clap for him. Perfect. Yes, it is right. See, demolition of old building will not add value to a new building, my dear. Is it adding any value to new building? No, it doesn't add any building. Actually, this cost, it should have already been added to the old building, and old building ka, I mean, I'll tell you. The next slide में ये भी आएगा. Just wait for a few minutes. We will bring it. You should have added as a present value of restoration cost or present value of demolition cost of the old building. You should have already added. If not added, that is a loss to you. That should be charged to P and L. If not added. Okay, right. Point to be noted is one. It shouldn't be capitalized. It should be charged to P and L. ಇದೇ point given in the ನೋಡಿ ಇದೇನಾ your question. I mean your paper. Recent 2 days before paper. This is first question, no? Where is it? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ. Yeah, PPE I think 2 times asked. 2 questions, no? ಎಲ್ಲಿಪ್ಪ? Where is it given? Oh, sorry. That is given in CA final paper. Final paper में दे दिया. I revised same. One day ಇದು one day ಅದಲ್ವಾ? Confusion. In day 16, same final question paper में same dismantling cost of the old building they gave. Dismantling cost of old building they give. Okay. No, that also, as I told you, no, you shouldn't take it. Right. But anyhow, no, I thought not, but anyhow, it was asked in the examination. Right. Not in your exam, but doesn't matter. No, cannot be taken it. Right. Next, try this question. Some machine is there, obviously. Right. On 1st June, you bought a machine for 1 crore. Okay. Right. Supplier waived off 5 lakh rupees after 3 months when I'm making the payment. I went and bargained or request or begged or something we did. Okay. Right. End of the day, you paid how much money? 95 lakh rupees pay किया and liability clear किया. अरे समझ में आया? बोलो. Now what do you do? Now how much do you capitalize the asset? Obviously question. Correct. Now what do you do with 5 lakh rupees of less payment? Will you reduce it from the cost of asset? Or will you transfer it to P&L as a discount income? Question clear? When you bought the asset, you recorded what journal entry? Tell me. Asset account debit to cash already paid. Array payable da. Party account payable 100 lakh rupees you wrote. Hello, correct? But while paying, what you did? 95 paid. So entry please. Payable account debit 100 lakh to cash 95 to discount to asset. That is what they are asking. Yeah, transferring it to discount 100% correct. That is the reasonable way because value of the asset was 100A. Correct. Now, this is a discount. I got it on early payment, or this is a gain on settlement of an asset. So now this is a gain on settlement of a liability. Yeah, bolo once again. This is a gain on settlement of a liability. That's why that should be transferred to P&L. But one of the ICAI questions in the past, okay, right, long ago, not recently, they said reduce it from the cost of asset. But my answer reasonable what I told. That is in line with IFRS, that is in line with Ind AS, that is in line with common sense. Okay. Sometime the question was like this. But when I give you like this two answers, first whatever said by ICA, adhe you write. Alternatively karke what I told also you write. If you write what I said also alternatively, na, other party is a chartered one. Correct. Na? Chartered means brain is there and he applies it. Correct. Na? Knowledgeable. So what you say, he'll read it and he will understand you also. Yeah. See, reasonably they are telling. So blindly we don't cut it. Correct. Na? Right. So you are giving both the things. See, this is what said by them, this is what said by them. So I wanted to put both the things to you. Take whichever you like. Correct. Na? Get me mark. Correct. Right. That's all important thing. Chalo. Next thing. Yeah. Try this. Okay. Again, this is a beautiful place and we made it like this. Okay. Right. Cost of factory. Cost of factory. One factory constructed 100 crore. This is only a present value of dismantling cost I am getting in. That's why I told. Anytime government gives you 100 years lease agreement, 50 years lease agreement, 200 years lease agreement. Have you heard? Yes. Gives. Government will give you land for on lease. Sarina? When they give 100 years lease agreement, now what do they say? One of the condition in the lease agreement will be what now? Sir, today I am giving you plain land. I want it back in the same fashion. 100 years you must have constructed so many big buildings. You construct, sir, 100 years ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ again you construct, do whatever you want. ನಿಮ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಡ. When you give me back, I want as a plain land. Correct na? ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ simple common sense ಏನು? Suppose I used it, I gave one big building, next government should give it to this guy. What this guy will tell? Sir, who will bear this big building dismantling cost? Crores and crores it will cost. In small thing, how do you dismantle it? Sir, go and put bomb and come. You will go to jail directly. Correct? No. So you cannot do that dismantling. Understood? Yeah, you can do that also. People do big one, but subject to so many conditions. Yeah, that debris, what you call, that should not get into next site and it should not be harmful to anybody. So many things. That option is there. Recently in Delhi, Gurgaon, I think, Noida, Delhi area. Okay, Noida में some big building, some issue, legal issue has come. Bombs, no? Yeah, they kept it RDX in different places and blasted. But ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ so much of space is there, khali. So nothing will happen to next part. Next neighbor illa first nearby. So no problem. Correct. Now, if it is center of the city, you can't do that. You have to appoint people, they will be breaking. Bulldozer also cannot go to top. No? Correct. Limitations are there. So it's crores of money will be invested on that. So what should I do now? Right. Listen carefully. Factory to construct 100 crore investment karke. I have to restore it. I cannot take it like 50 years, 100 years so that I can calculate it. Just for example purpose, 5 years I took. After 5 years, you have to demolish everything on the example. But after 5 years, if I spend it 10 crore rupees, it will cost me to demolish. How much does it take me time to demolish? 5 years, 10 crore rupees I have to spend to demolish. Hello, understood? How? Discounting rate, something I said. Now the question is basic question. What is the journal entry would you record for this transaction based on the given information right now? Factory account debit to cash 100 crores. Correct? That's no doubt. What about the 10 crore rupees? Are you spending today? When are you spending? After? Hello? When are you spending? After 5 years, I will spend, not today. Is it clear? So now what should I do? Shall I charge it 10 crore rupees after 5 years? Or today only shall I charge? Hmm? A portion between 5 years means entry pass karo, देखेंगे. Even casting, correct. Put 2 will put, sir. Entry. Correct, no. I like always general entries only because you are weak at that. You try it. If you try again and again, you will correct now. You will grow. That's how, na. I should give a counter. You should face it, learn it. बोल रहे. That girl. Yourself. क्या लिखेगा 10 crore का बारे में. हम्म what entry what amount बेड़ा. Super. Factory to payable. That is perfect answer. Agree, na? Are you payable? Huh? Why should I add to factory? The obligation came to me because I constructed the factory. What is your job? If you keep one brick, a brick you have to remove it after 5 years. Agree or not? You constructed a brick placement factory only constructed. Do you have an obligation to remove the factory from the day one itself? I told not. Which day you keep the brick, that day you, I mean, after 5 years you have to remove it. You constructed so much means you have to remove it. That means, do you have an obligation to demolish or hello restore it to the original stage or not? Yes. So, getting my point. What is the entry should record? Factory account debit. Do you have an obligation? Yes. Is there any past event? Yes. Construction is the past event. Because of which, what is the liability definition, Bolo? Liability is a present obligation arising from past event on settlement of which expected future economic benefits outflow from the entity. Notidara, ಈ sentence you read number of times. That's why it's coming so fluently. Are you observing? You are not kids. Correct now. Where you have already worked on, you read it number of times. The sentence flow ಅದೇ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ exactly. Correct na. And then from which day onwards you stop reading? No. Observe karo thoda. You yourself analysis should be done. Na? That is the point. Seriously, Pado, what you are reading. If you read seriously, you will enjoy it. You will get the benefit. You in before exam, na, in the exam hall, it will flow like anything. It will flow like anything. You will be happy. You will remember me and thank me from there. Got it? That is the beauty, right? You work hard, read it with that intensity, it works beautifully. If you try to run away, it's okay, that's your choice. Got it? Chalo. Now, it's a payable. Yes, it is arising from the past event. What is your past event? Constructing a building. Because on settlement of which, yes, when I try to close it, will I lose money? Yes, 10 crore rupees I will be losing. But the matter, right? That's why factory account debit to provision for restoration, provision for dismantling, provision for any other name you write it. It's a payable. Payable place in provision, I want to keep it. All are same. That's a liability. This is liability. Provision is, I don't know exactly how much I'll lose. Simply for the time being, I say 10 crore rupees. But still, I am not sure whether exactly 10 crore rupees. So who knows here after 5 years? Correct, na? Nobody knows. That's the matter. So factory account debit to provision you are supposed to make it. Hello, correct? Huh? Right. But one common sense in Gota. 100 crore rupees, when did you spend? Now. But 10 crore rupees have you spent already to be spent? When are you going to spend? After 5 years. Correct na? So after the future value, this is a present value. How can you add these two things? Should know. That's why 10 crore rupees, no yearly provision is wrong. You are liable today only for full amount. Today, if you leave, today, if you cancel the agreement, you have to dismantle fully, not partly. You have to dismantle and leave. That means you have full obligation, not partly to 20% obligation is not with you. Are you getting my point? Suppose 5 years agreement, First year you jump. Does it mean that you will first year only jumping 20% I'll break, balance you break and go? That means you have an obligation for 100% breaking. That's why you have to make 100%. Yearly provision is not correct. What is the cost of factory? Bring that also into present value number. So tell me factory cost is equal to 100 crores. Present value of future money, how do you calculate? Hire purchase chapter में बात किया हम. Future present value is equal to future value into 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. Great. Have you noted this? We noted. We know it's I noted there and you also copied it. Exactly same thing you'll find it. Yes, that is what 10 crore rupees into 1 divided by 1.1 to the power of 5 you should do it. That's what comes to 6.2 crore rupees. So 106.2 crore rupees is the cost of the building. What will be the building, Nana? 106. So entry please. Factory account debit 106.2. 2 cash. How much you spent? 100. 2 provision for, correct na? Provision for what? Restoration. That is equal to 6.2. Correct na? That girl. Give one. The back side. Back side. इसको भी दे दो, इसको भी दे दो. Next time I should hear that sound. Illanta I'll come and give you. Hey, West fellows. Listen, da. Sleeping in between. Yeah. So have you understood this one? Should give, dumb sound. Entire class should listen. Yeah. Now the point, next point, my dear. Try this. We have a cement factory. We have already. And what are you doing now, sir? We are constructing some office building. We are constructing next to it. Tell me, pa, do you take? I mean, we obviously for construction of the building, do you need cement or not? Yeah. What do you do? Will you take cement from your factory only or next factory? Yeah. Chennai, right? Not like that, obviously. Right. So we used 1000 bags. You have taken it from your own godown. Normal sell, your cost of the bag is equal to 400. Normal selling price, normal you sell it to outsider at 500 rupees. Now, do you take it at how much do you add to the cost of building? Is cement cost 400 into 1000, 500 into 1000, average 450 into 1000? No. Yeah, obviously. Why? Internal profit should not be included in. Correct? Ade dialogue, ade important. Yeah, this we'll see little later. You have a lot to copy, so please enjoy. Would you like to take down? Our videos I will take. Bega, don't draw car and all, okay? Hmm. We'll be adding it again interest. It's a loan. He's asking a question. Sir, today you are capitalizing 6.2 only, but after 5 years you have to spend 10 crores. करेक्ट ना, अब बैलेंस डिफरेंस को क्या होता? Correct question, no? Have you understood? Today you said provision how much? 6.2. But after 5 years, actually you're going to spend? Assume 10 only you'll spend. Now what will happen to difference? P and L? Illa. Provision is a loan here. You will do unwinding. Unwinding in the sense every year, interest expense account debit to provision. Interest expense account debit to provision. 6.2 go, take calculator, plus 10%, plus 10%, plus 10%, 5 times karo. Interest on interest, interest on interest. How much do you get? Other 10 crores. Correct? 10 crores will come. 10 crores that day, provision account debit to cash. If you spend over and above that, that should go to P&L. You please maintain good speed. Then, very good. Few seconds. Yeah, take down this. Yeah, last few seconds. Hope wrote. Yeah, go to next slide. What a drying mango. Then, yeah, take down please quickly. Is that notes what you're writing? Is it useful for quick revision? See, if I dictate you to write para, a paragraph's revision speed is speed. The difference is there or not? This will happen very fast. And exactly what words are there in the slide? That words, if you write in exam, that itself is already 100% extra. Okay, these words should not miss. In addition to that, okay, e side, a side, you can add anything. These are the keywords. Super fast. Yes, sir writes faster than you guys. Uh, no, these old fellows, they are seriously senior citizens. You get a card. Yeah, card. Uh, yeah, can I go ahead? Right. Hey, no photo. I'll take phone only. Okay, right. The first photo you are taking means you are telling your mind. Don't worry. Right, Aram say. Your friend is better. Copy from him. First copy. Later we'll argue. Yeah, hope done. It can be done. How many of you completed that? No depot has to be so many people completed. Hmm. You also complete first. The only arrow you must have started with scale. Are there problem? Scale protractor must have opened. That's why this late. हाँ चलो आयता. Yes, this one also small, simple. Initial recognition. ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ. Slide change ಆಯ್ತು. Be here. ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹ್ಮ್. ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಸಾರ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿಪ್ಪ 3 words. ಕ್ಯಾಶು ಕಾಸ್ಟು ಬಾರ್ಟರು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ನಾ? ಹಾ ಯಾ this takes bit time but this is not too much. 2-3 minutes maximum. Take 1 year. But done. Oh, yeah, missed out. Will do now. Are you done with this? Yeah. Yeah. See, one point I want to say. See, what kind of thinking what kind of, I mean, see, if you have all of fears in your mind, okay, and if you're thinking about a failure, what happens? That only automatically takes place the top place of your mind. That only leads to that destiny what you decided. And many times, if you observe carefully, people may give a command or information knowingly, unknowingly, that may be a negative sentence. But end of the day, do you accept it or do you counter it? The minute you try to accept it, if someone says, hey, looking very dull, tired, weak, if I say, I said, I will tell to this guy, that girl also will tell, some three, four people will tell, no, he'll get a question. Am I? I think I am later. Correct. Na? But if you feel that, is it true? It's true. If anybody giving a command, something like this, comment, command, anything, but the minute is your mind starts accepting it, you will reach that place only. You will become sick even though you're not sick. But the minute he says, what are you doing? I'm very strong. If the minute he tries to defend himself, no, that command is not related to me. I'm not like that. Then your mind will not accept it. It will restrict. Then it's fine. Got my point? The issue is, if you guys are, I mean, obviously you have a lot of friends and, I mean, classmates outside, everybody, right? You might have seen some people, seriously, some people in the classroom also who are really intelligent, who have got very good marks in their places, correct now? But they must have not even joined the CA course. Have you seen such kind of instances? Actually, they are good. They are capable. They should become. We feel personally, but they are not feeling it. They didn't even join. Faila pasa, that is secondary. Once you join, only you'll get to know whether you're fit or not. Most of the circumstances, those guys, if you observe them, they have just background of this. They have accepted the other person negative comment. Some or other waste fellow nearby must have told, here you passed. Can't like that CA. Yes, over. Difficult. Not possible for you. Are they listened 100 times? It will become like that only for you. Oh, now I'm not fit. Not even dare even. Yeah. What I'm trying to say in the totally, you be in such an environment, correct, where you can get the some positive thing, or it's okay now I can't change this. Okay, but at least train your mind that it will not, or it automatically do not accept the negative sentence of it. This is the truth. The minute you accept the negative thing out of it, that only becomes. Never ever accept. And one more thing, right? I mean, this is subconscious mind. This is obviously this happens, and this is indirectly somebody is giving a subconscious mind command. If you think more and more and more and more about it, now that gets into your subconscious. Once you give a command to it, the wrong or right, subconscious doesn't know, but it achieves it. So under that circumstance, if that works in that fashion, it's like say a crew in a ship. Where will be the captain? Captain will be almost on the top of it. Where will be the crew? Somewhere down. Who is running the engine? Correct. And they're supporting. If the captain says on the top of it, yeah, take right, means they'll take right. Take this degrees, this side. They have to follow because they can't see anything. Right or wrong? No, they are not responsible for it. Responsibility in the top. So you, the conscious mind, if you carefully give a command to them, the below people don't know what if that is subconscious, don't think about whether you're giving a right command or wrong command, is it good for me or bad for me. But its job is that it will follow you, your command carefully. So what am I trying to do? You give a good command to yourself and to your mind. Why not? Correct. Now, sir, when to give? Always think about that. Yes, I'm working hard. I'm going to clear exam. This is not just with respect to exam. This is with respect to anything in life. The minute you feel yourself, I am happy. I'm happy. Seriously, correct? Nah. Yes. Why not? It leads to happiness only. How that I don't know. How that system works seriously I don't know. But it works this much I know. This I experimented number of times on my life. Not one example. Hundreds of examples I have. It always depends on you how what command you give it to yourself. If you give a proper command, and again I say one sentence to give which when should I give command? Anytime you can give. But the best time I feel, and even I experimented at the same time, many people do say, my master told me in when I was in degree only. I didn't understand his sentences, but my memory is so strong I remember. He said, Ravi, when he told me in different style. His name is have I introduced any name? No, Mr. Haivadanachari. He's no more right now. Okay. Very aged. I mean, when I met him itself, he was 70 plus. I think I told. Never. Okay. Uh, this master, I met him, he taught me English. After degree completion, I wasted 1 year time. That time I changed my mindset to do the CA. Then I felt, no, I'm from Telugu medium. I need to know some basics of English, without which, how can I read law, taxation, loopholes, correct, na, catching the, reading the in between lines. How can I do without having some grip on the subject? Language also important. So I know one teacher, great teacher, great teacher. He's no, he is not there in this world, but always Ashtanga. So he was even at that age of 70. He used to go daily 1 hour, one and a half hour. He'll go to an institute and he'll teach and come. Passion, that's it. Money, he has grandkids and people settled like very high. Money is not at all a motive for him. And you know his qualification, if you see, he's from MA from where? Kashi Vishwavidyalaya. You understand that standards of that code. That is, he did his in Benares University, correct? The Benares University. The standards are very high. It's like I can say walking dictionary. You take any dictionary, any word, just you say you'll get the answer. That's all. And not just answer. I mean meaning of the word. He gives us the I mean the phonetic from where the birth, correct? Now, is it a Greek word or Latin word? How they mixed it and they created this word. इसका parent history, Jataka, horoscope. He will give that word the horoscope देता हूँ. You understood my point? High level. He did that. Benares University say English MA, Sanskrit also he did. One more MA I did, I don't remember right now. And when I went to him like one day night I went, if I just wanted to share. Is it okay, Sam? We'll go to PPM. Okay. Yeah. This only we like now. So I met him at say approximately somewhere at 8 o'clock, 8:30 one day. When is it? 2001. Yeah, you born? Not born. That time. Okay. 2001, someday, I mean, in that which month and all, I don't remember right now exactly. I met him somewhere in June, July, some later only. I asked him, sir, I want to learn. I heard his classes also few days. His subject knowledge, awesome. That's it. and bacha to comment. Correct? Yeah, I can only say namaskar, that's it, nothing else. So I went and I approached him, sir, I want to learn 2 days English from you. He said, then he inquired, what are you, why you want to learn? He asked, sir, I wanted to join CA course. So I thought I should have some basic knowledge. I mean, I'm from Telugu medium, so I'll get something so that it'll be easy for me. And I told. He understood the intention. No, but Ravi, I was also teaching morning for kids below 10th class that time. So when I went him and I know I was a small teacher, he's a great teacher, that's a different thing. He said, Ravi, only for one person teaching. Only one person. Correct answer. Very difficult to teach one person. Correct. Sir, how many do you expect? I'll try at least my level best. At least 5 people should be there, no Ravi, he said. Sorry, sir. No, first actually when I went, let me think. You come after 2 days, correct? He told. I went after 2 days. He was not there. I mean, people at home, they told, tomorrow you come this time, he may be there. Tomorrow, next day also I went. Not there. That next day I went. Then he was there. Then he told, for only one I'm interested to teach, but for only one person, the question mark raised. Let me find sir. Karke. I went to my hostel and I inquired. After 2 days again I back. This is mostly like I visited 4 times, fifth time. I said, sir, I found three of my friends totally. Are you willing to teach? Can you teach? Please. Request. Sir, since I went already 5 times to his house, maybe that made him fellow Ravi come. And my teachings will get over like 7:30. So 7:30 immediately I will reach his place. 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, 9:15 will teach. My hostel will be closed by 9:30. 9:30, 9:45 close. Bicycle is okay, fine. Otherwise, running, jump, go. Fine. So daily we used to go and learn from him. And afterwards, what happened? These fellows, those dash fellows I brought now, jump fellows. Those fellows jump up. Because they had their reasons, Papa. I cannot say. They had their own reasons and valid reasons. Say, okay. But I had a inside correct now. This all will continue. But he didn't say anything. And in between, one more senior person joined. He also interested to learn. Okay, only we two. Some days that man also will not come alone. And sir used to teach. And okay, he's like my grandfather age. I was like 20, 21. And he's 70 plus. Correct. Now. So obviously, I mean, he started explaining much more, more and more. He used to say like so many other things other than subject also used to come. Only two now. Right. And he'll take me to sometime Vedanta also. Sanskrit lecture. Pandit. Correct. Now. The way he teaches now, so beautifully. How can I say no to it? You know, one word I'll just throw it. Ravi, do you know what is Deha? Anta he starts. Deha, meaning Sanskrit. Body. That's double language English. Super see. Dahyate iti deha. I repeat. I'll translate it. Dahyate, dahya, ha ya. Dahyate iti deha. In Telugu, first I say meaning, translate it to English. Dahinchabadnadi dehamu, which is going to be burnt, is what this is going to be burnt in time, sometime. Which time? God knows. You and me don't know. Such a beautiful meaning is there to the word. Body doesn't have any meaning. Body is body. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ ಶರೀರ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅದು ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ is it ಶರೀರ different from ದೇಹ but ಶರೀರ is also Sanskrit word ತೀರ್ಯತೆ ಇತಿ ಶರೀರಃ ಅಂತ ತೀರ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತ which is going to be cut into smallest parts. If you see very old, I mean persons ka some body, some people ka, if you see nearby, its body is into like small particles may will see. And again, once body is buried, correct, right, you know what happens after some time, after 4 days, 4 days or 5 days or 1 week, I don't know exactly. Yeah, the hair is there, no, it will be detached from the body. Correct. After few days, brain is there, na, it will start getting melted. Every part of it will be part and parcel of the earth. You can't even see except the bones. Just matter of days, everything is going to be out, disappear, just like that. It's going to be cut into pieces, and it will be taken over by the Mata, Bhumata. That meaning they brought it. Like this matter, he taught like so many things incorporated. And when somebody is explaining like this, how can I say no to it? Correct. And such beautifully he'll put it. With the meaning, correct na? Not one sentence, one sloka, illa tatparya he'll try. Prati pada artha, right na? Right. Every word ka meaning he'll try to export. He was telling actually, leave this all this aside. He was telling me a long ago, he says, Ravi, he told me one day, Sri Rama, Rama, Rameti, who told, which context he told, what is the one word ka meaning, I broken into pieces, and explained one piece separately. That day, no English class. Only Jai Shri Ram. వద్దు సార్ ఇప్పుడు టైం లేదు, టైం లేదు ప్రస్తుతానికి. విల్ డిస్కస్ సెపరేట్లీ సార్. See, when he says something like this, na, that day I told na, no English, only Jai Shri Ram. Right, right. Fine. When he told like this, Ravi, when you go to bed, just before bed, you please repeat Sri Rama, something like this, or this sloka, something you repeat it, Ravi. It will gain, you will gain lot of good things. And something he was, see, you have to consider who is speaking, from which context, intention kya hai, ye dekhna. You should not say e word, a word, is a literal meaning. That is all chiller interpretation. That I can't do it. You also don't do it. Okay? Yeah. So, I mean, intention is important. So, what is it happening? So just example, you people, you think it from my angle. You know, no, you experience it already. Suppose one day, any day, if you were singing some song, got it? I mean, just before going to bed, have you experienced the next day morning automatically same song comes out? Yes or no? That means what is happening? Whatever you thought in the last few seconds just before getting to sleep, that gets repeated again and again, thousands and multiple times. That's what he was trying to say earlier. If you say, means his age, you understood, na? Yeah, here he considered not okay. He must have felt me eligible to that. He told me, do this. It will be like not one time telling Rama, that will be getting repeated again and again and again. Whichever name, Rama is one word. Whichever you son, I'm not this, don't talk to me. Okay, whichever God name I mean to say, you should read that language. Correct now? Little broad, not low level thinking. I hate it. Okay, right. And the same thing what I am trying to say, before just to go to your bed, I mean, correct, before going to sleep, last few seconds or few seconds or few minutes, it person to person varies. You give a great command to yourself. Imagine that you have seen the result and wherein there is a pass. But this should happen not for one time, two time, 10 times. It should be your routine. Challenge. Take it from me. Okay. The same what you see in your imagination, that will become true once the result comes. Take it as granted from me, other result will come. What you can imagine. A last few seconds, every day should happen. Every day means one day, 2 day miss किया तो कुछ नहीं होता. But really, if you have the urge, desire, what I said, do it. And you will tell me that you did it and you got the result. Yeah, it leads to automatically, it leads you to study, it leads you to do that same thing. This is the fact, has to be taken it as granted. Okay, what he told in different styles are told wherever he is. Oh, namaskar. Okay, right. Take those things from my teacher and me, his words through me. It will have excellent result, trust me. And trust is something which is relevant. That only can save anybody in this world. Trust to hope illa, then life useless. Got it? Right. Chalo. I think we already took a lot of time. Let's be back to this one. Yeah, cement factory go ajo. Ray, last two guys. Have you noted? Not even started. Started talking, Ray. I'll throw all four of you out. Three from this side. Complete it first. Hey, Tama. Yeah, a few more seconds. Quick. Yeah, take down this. Oh, this is not done. Yeah, we'll be discussing now. Look at the board, please. Yeah, deferred credit period. Yeah, deferred credit period. What is deferred, my dear? First of all, postponed. Deferred means postponed. Right somewhere. You good listeners. I don't know. Maybe I'm from Telugu medium. Reason could be I don't know. English teachers are there obviously in the CA course. They'll be speaking so many words which I really don't know. Sometimes meaning I don't know, spelling sometimes I don't know. What I used to do, adhe notebook mein last page, last 1 2 pages will be meant for these words. Whatever sir speaks some new word, I'll catch it. I'll go home and I'll take correct the dictionary. What is the meaning? Which context में are used? What is this side sentence? That side sentence? Oh, ऐसा use करना क्या? I had that fear of correct na. But you people deferred. I know spelling. Correct. I know spelling. So defer it. Most worth it. But ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Correct na. Only spelling say happy. Word naya hai. तो correct na. Make note somewhere. I told you na, if you write it, you will revise it. If not, later you will see it. If you don't write, you will forget it. That is nature. Correct na. Because you will be held up with 100 things, 8 subjects. Correct na. So many topics, chapters, subjects, so many are there. Writing is good. It will be there. Chalo. Deferred credit period means postponed. Postponed in the sense this is more than the normal, we can say. Normally, extended. Perfect. Yeah. Normal credit period is what? Normal credit period is generally 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, too much. 6 months tak I have taken like normal. Very rare circumstance it happens. But listen, common sense apply karo. If I tell I am a car dealer, I'll tell this guy, "Arey, take card, pay me after 2 years, yaar, aaram se." Correct? Will I say like this? You know, actually, when you buy any car or bike or something, na, paisa calculate, accountant cleared, paisa received. Then only keys will come to your hand. Gota? Otherwise, nobody will give you keys also. 1 rupee balance is there, karke phone pay karo, he'll tell. He'll not leave that also. It's okay, that is their business. We are not commenting. That's fine. Correct. Na? Their business, they will do that way. ನಿಮ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಹೋಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಟ್ somebody told like what, hey, take the car, pay me after 2 years. If I say that, what does it mean? What does it mean? Intention understand karo. No need of interest, I told her. When did I say? What do you think? I am fool? Huh? It's a gain to me. How? It is a gain to you. You are saying customer as a customer, but I am not a fool. No, e side. That means no, I have not lost interest. You are thinking in a opposite way. I must have added to the selling price interest also. I'm not a fool to sell you at cost. If you bring today cash to me, huh? I didn't say. No, no, I didn't say. I didn't say anything. Normally, if I say cash price of the car, cash price you heard, hire purchase may, cash price is equal to 10 lakh. Means if you take the 10 lakh rupees, we will give you car in general. But for this customer, so and so customer to whom I said, here come after 2 years, you pay me for aram se le lo means what I must have done? Pakka, a selling price must have included the interest element. Hello, understood? I must have added it. 12 lakh rupees car price up, pay me after 2 years. No problem, I told. Correct? Actually, cash price is just two. How much is the cash price? 10 lakh. But I'm asking them to pay after. Yes. After 2 years, you are supposed to pay. Hello, correct? ಹೌದು ಅರೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಗೈಸ್ you write my number, mobile number, don't message later. You call me if there's some online YouTube issue or something. You have my number? If you have, look. Right, 9620 899620895430. Don't give missed call now. I know you are already. I know that. Arey, how many monkeys have seen that? Huh? I'll block all these things. Don't play with me. That's why I'll keep it in aeroplane mode. Yeah, YouTube, if you get a problem, I mean, yeah, you just directly message me or, I mean, call me if I don't listen. if I'm not seeing or something like that. Okay, that is should be used for that purpose. Yeah. Chalo. Huh. See, now what am I trying to say? 12 lakh rupees. No, no, I raised a bill to this man saying 12 lakh rupees is the car, and below term I told you pay me after 2 years. Ray, you are accountant. Correct? Ah? Yeah, you are accountant. What do you regard? Car account debit to payable. How much money will you regard? 12 lakh, 10 lakh, average 11 lakh. Huh? Sure. 12 or 10 or 11? 12, sure. Anybody other than 12? Because 12 is many people telling. Last bench. Kitna re? 12. Okay. Anybody other than 12? Nobody. All dash it. It is 10 lakh. It is 10 lakh. Why 10 lakh? Array, one common sense. Again, application of subject node. 2 lakh rupees is what amount? Can I capitalize the interest with car? Is car qualifying asset? Car is ready to use. It will not take few seconds to switch on. When car is not a qualifying, out of my examples of qualifying asset, first figure car is not a qualifying asset करके लिखा हूँ. Next land came a sequence. Hello, when car is not qualifying asset, how can you add car borrowing cost to car? There is something wrong. Application करो, link करो knowledge को. That's what I told you. If you remember, you will be able to link it. If not today, tomorrow. First remember. Understand? It's not a qualifying asset. That's why you are supposed to record the car at cash price. Only 10 lakh. But sir, I'm liable to pay him 12 lakh rupees. No, sir. No, ma. Today, if you pay, you will pay 10 lakh. Why will you pay 12 lakh? 12 lakh you are paying because an accrual of 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees of interest will accrue because of the passing, along with the passing of time. Correct? Na? Suppose if you pay after 1 year, I will pay 11 lakh. Why will I pay 12 lakh? If I pay after 2 years, then I am liable to pay him 12 lakh. Oh, understood? Our interest should not be capitalized. Next. When do I say this is deferred credit? If the credit period is more than 12 months. Because it is abnormal. Normally, nobody will give you 12 months of credit period. Below 12 months ko chhod do, you ignore it. Invoice price mein record karo. Now, look at the board, my dear. Say, supplier is giving a 2 years credit to pay. 100% it is obviously I am giving you 100% guarantee that the invoice price must be including the interest element. Isn't it? Yes. That's why capitalize the PP at cash price. Correct na? Interest should be accrued, charged to P&L over the period. 2 years में accrue करके charge कर दो. Yes, sir. So when you bought the car on 1st April 2022, what is the journal entry? Car account debit to payable. How much money, my dear? 10 lakh. Actually, how much is the invoice price is equal to how much I gave you just information? 12.1 lakh. 12 point is there. Okay, 12.1. That means isn't it 2.1 lakh rupees is interest element or not? Yes, obviously. That is at the rate of 10%. Right. So this 2.1 lakh rupees of interest should be charged over the 2 years of time. So first day when you buy, car account debit to payable 10 lakh. Today if I am liable to pay, I will pay 10 and close my transaction. I will not pay 12 and close. Correct? Exactly. Now what should happen? On 31st March, first year ending. On 31st March, the second year ending. Now, am I liable to pay interest to you or not? Why? Isn't it a loan taken for 1 year or not now? 1 year time ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? Entry ಏನು? Interest expense account debit to what? P&L to payable or loan account. You are liable to pay. Have you paid? Paid payable? Payable. Correct. Interest expense account debit to payable. How much money will come first year? Opening balance of loan is how much? 10 lakh. Interest rate is how much? 10%. So 10 lakh into 10% is that is equal to 1 lakh and 1 lakh. Correct. What is the loan balance today? At the end of after passing this journal entry, what is the loan balance? 11 lakh. What is the interest for next year? Means how much? 1 lakh, 1.1 lakh, 1.1 lakh, 1.1 lakh. So what is the loan balance? Right. Are you supposed to repay hit 12.1 at the end of the second year or not? Repayment Madi. Loan or payable account debit to cash. That's how it will happen. 12.1, 12.1. That means what is your understanding? If anybody gives you a credit period of more than 12 months, yes, be alert because that invoice price, no fool will lose the interest element. The invoice price must be including the interest element. Even though he clubs interest and invoice raised, na, still you should record the asset at cash price. It should not be correct na, at a HPP or higher purchase price. Hello, understood? 12.1 is HPP price or cash price? HPP means what? Full form Allah. What it includes, you should tell. Cash price plus installment. Correct? That is what we are trying to say. Suppose cash price is not given in the question, sir. Sorry, we'll find cash price. What is there? Cash price is nothing but present value. How do you calculate present value, ma? What do you do? Future value into, just now I told 1 divided by 1.1, 1 plus r to the power of n. Correct, na? Exactly. So present value is equal to future value into 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. How much is the future value? How much are you supposed to pay in the future? 12.1 lakh. Correct, na? Into 1 divided by 1.1 to the power of 2. 2 or 3? Automatically it will come to 10 lakh. If they don't, you will calculate. If you calculate also, same only will come. Understood? Now let's get into barter system. Okay, barter. Yeah. So what is barter here, my dear? Barter system. Barter means what, Amma? Exchange of assets. I have one small question. I want to know whether you know barter is what is barter first. I have a doubt. Exchange ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತು. Yeah. One more thing I want to know whether you know or not. One small thing. Suppose he bought one iPhone, I bought one iPhone. When, sir? Yesterday only. Okay. Oh, nice, sir. But what we felt, I mean, he wanted some color when he booked Dilla. Correct, na? I got the same color. Fine. He got some other color. It's okay with me. My friend only. So we want to exchange. Just new piece, same specification, same price, all same. Getting my point? All same. Yesterday, new brand new pieces. Okay, I gave that backpack. I gave it to him. I got that his bag. Now, is it called barter or not? Yes or no? No. No, why no, why yes. I like both. Is it barter or not? You have any question, you ask me. If you have any question, you please ask me. Raise the question. Payable, correct. Interest expense account debit to pay. Yes, my dear. Is it barter or not? Not a barter. Hmm. Again, I told you, now you read light. Barter means item should be different. When item is same, I told in my example, I very crystal clear de diya, item is same. Only color matra different. I can't record blue account debit to red account. Correct? Huh? How can you record like the nonsense accounting? Correct? Agree or not? Yeah, obviously. So color accounting, no. We'll do colorful accounting. Right. That is yes. Uh, uh, New cooker. Hmm. Correct. By paying extra 500. Correct. It will come. To second slide or third slide. Please wait. It will come. Wait. Now tell. See, the point is, what do you mean by barter? Barter means two different items. Different item means not physically different item. You have to look into capacity, earning capacity, so many other things, nature of the item. Correct. Now, what it generates to me in the future, in the future. Okay. Yeah. Present value, future cash flows, everything you have to take into account. So the first basic thing is what? Barter means it should be from the different in exchange of similar, or is it exchange of similar or same items is equal to barter? Ah, no, it's not barter. Don't need to account for such kind of thing. Even if I do accounting, na, a blue account debit to red I'll record. Amount I don't touch. Amount I don't touch. Got my point? That's it. Next. Huh. Sir, how do you account for that? You tell me now. Huh. That is actually accounting is based on two basic conditions. If you satisfy both the condition, one way of accounting. If you do not satisfy, another way of accounting. Sorry, what is this? What is that? What are the two conditions? First condition itself, they say there should be commercial substance, and they will tell. Commercial substance, there is a definition actually that I am not teaching. Ignore it for the examination point of view. That level not required. Okay, leave it. What is commercial substance? Commercial substance means items are dissimilar. क्या बोला? Items are dissimilar. I mean not same. Correct ना? अष्टे. Items should be dissimilar. Again, one more question. Question में ऐसा आएगा. Who is dancing? On top. Is a toilet? Hey, go and tell. Ask him to come here. Dias will give. Why toilet? Correct. Right. Chalo. Come back. What did I say? Where are we? Not there. Come back. Yes, yes, please. Dissimilar, correct na? If items are dissimilar, then only discussion starts. Second thing. See, when you want to account it, first I should know what I gave, that much value at least I should know. Or at least it gottilla, sir. What I gave, what value I don't know. Sir, at least what you received, you should know value, na? I don't know what I gave, I don't know what I got, then what you want to account? And how can you account? Got my point? Then also correct na. Then that's for that kind of things we have a separate accounting called book value accounting. क्या लिखेगा? Book value accounting. Observe carefully. Yes, my dear. There are, if you satisfy both the conditions, that is fair value accounting. If you do not satisfy the conditions, then it is book value accounting. What is it? Yes, book value accounting. Oh, understood? Ah, exactly. Sir, what is this fair value accounting? Do you remember by any chance AS 13 में barter teach किया मैं? Hello. What is the one? Investment should be recorded at? Excellent. Fair market value of asset given or fair market value of asset received, whichever is clearly measurable. Super. That's what I want. Correct, na? Yeah. And that's what revision ka impact. Again and again, I'll tell 1,000 times. I'll not stop there. Okay, revision kiya to flow, it will come like this without stopping. Revision अच्छा से नहीं किया तो flow will be breaking. Correct meaning will not come to your line. Effort continue, please. It will give you super blessings. Chalo. Now, the point is, what is this, my dear? FMV of the. Have you read the sentence, Nana? Read it if not. What did he say, Nana? PPE received should be measured at fair market value of asset given or fair market value of asset taken, whichever is clearly evident. Is the same sentence. Correct? Next. If both the fair market values are given, sir, given का भी है मेरे पास in the question I am saying. Obviously, see, end of the day, initial recognition should be recorded. Cost करके बोला. Cost is what you lost, I told. Hello, correct? Cost is what you lost means what I gave. अदे what I lost. Correct? I gave this gold ring to you. What is that I lost? Gold ring ಎಲ್ಲ. Fair market value of gold ring. You dash fellows. Right? What is that I lost? Fair market value of gold ring. Appa, devre. Okay, right. That you should take, not what you get. If both are given, give priority. Priority should be given to the first one because we said on the top at cost. Correct, man. That's the logic. Got it. Next, in this case, Nana, you may get some profit or loss. Let it come. It will transfer to profit and loss. How do you get? And we'll take an example. You will get to know. Okay, nothing to worry. But read the line carefully. If you read the, I can tell you next question. If you answer na, accordingly, I'll tell whether you read carefully or not. Carefully, read inside. The last bench, first I'll ask. You read carefully. Next, you must have read. No book value. No, I mean correct na. If you say no, not set, conditions are not satisfied. You have to follow which method, Nana? Book value accounting. You should follow. Hello, correct? Yes. When you say book value accounting, PPE received should be measured at. Which measured at what? Book value of what you have given. That's it. Correct. New asset should be recorded at the book value of the asset given. At the given asset book value will come to the new. Hello, understood? Sir, my old asset value 1000, sir. New asset aya, sir. What do you record? 1000 only should continue. But to new asset aya na, new asset account debit to old asset 1000 only I'll keep. So that my old value how much was there? 1000. Other number should continue. But sometime what happens, like sir told na, old cooker de diya, 100 500 rupees extra bhi de diya. What to record? Plus or minus 2. हाँ, correct. Correct. Balance is 600 rupees you paid in cash. That's what plus or minus adjustment with the cash given or taken. You will be adding, correct. Now that I told, now examples will come. Three examples may that part also will come. And again, my dear, here when I don't know what value I am giving correctly, what value I am getting correctly, how can you get gain or loss in this? To say gain, correct, e value should be known, we exchange in means oh this I got it करके बोल सकता, कुछ मालूम नहीं तो कैसा बोल सकता? Agree or not? So that's why there is no chance of gain or loss. If somebody says yes I got the gain, perfectly wrong. Correct. What can you tell? Nothing to say that. Correct. Again, this point. Generally, students what they do, na? Question will be there, none. They will say one machine is exchanged with another machine. They will tell. What do you say? Is there a commercial substance or no commercial substance? Huh? Okay. One question before that. I exchanged my car with his car. Is there a commercial substance? Is it a barter or not barter? Huh? Barter. What is this? You're changing every minute one word. ಬಾರ್ಟರ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ದು ಮಾರುತಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು BMW ಕಾರೇ ಲಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಪ್ಪ just because car ऐसे iPhone when I said I gave very clarity yes or no everything same brand news ಎಲ್ಲ same correct except color ಅಂತ but car related without listening anything from me you answered correct alwa that's you should ask which car sir what car sir. That's why I'm saying this is car. Car means don't go by the car. There is two different values are there. All car not same. Examination में machine he will tell. Which machine? Correct. Now 1 crore number of machines will be there. Machine. Machine. Washing machine. Okay. When is it purchased? Correct. Now maybe my Maruti is new, recently purchased. His BMW is bit old. Correct. Now whatever we came to understanding to exchange. What is your problem? Correct. Now jealousy started. Burning sensation. Heli. Right. So how does it matter to me? But values are different. Don't go by car in example, machine in example. Always assume if they have not told anything, commercial substance exists. If the question clearly says there is no commercial substance, then go by book value. Is that clear? Hello, understood? Barter example he asked you. Nodi, now I'll show you this one. First question now. See how beautifully he linked the barter into this question. I mean 3 days before test question. Note idu. 30th June bolo, pado. 30th June 2022, the company disposed a machine having a book value of 960. 960 is the value of as on 1st April. And you dispose it for 825,000 rupees. Correct? On 30th June. In part exchange of a new machine costing 15 lakh 65. Means 15 lakh 65,000 worth of new machine you got it. Old machine, your book value is equal to 960 on 1/4. That you gave it to him on 30th June. At agreed price of 825 rupees ko liya, so आपका old machine he took it at what? 825. Balance you must have paid cash obviously. 1565 minus 825 you must have delivered cash to him. ये exchange अलवा. Here machine को machine करके no barter करके नहीं बोल सकता तू. Hello, understood? No. Unless until I say there is no commercial substance, you have to always assume that. Read the line. No, not book value, fair value. Assume always there is a commercial substance unless specifically given in the question. Question itself says no commercial substance. Then go to book value. Otherwise, always come to fair value. Come to this question. I mean, pado, carefully pado. You have a balance sheet, you have a land of 1,000 rupees, my dear friend. Okay, FMV. Bolo FMV kitna re? FMV is equal to number 4,500 rupees is given. You gave land and you got a machine worth of fair market value worth of 4,300. What you gave, Nana? Land. What you got? Machine. Right. First condition, commercial substance exists? Yes. Second condition, do you know fair value? Any one fair value at least you should know. Or used word, fair value of the given up or fair market value of received. Any one sak. Both I gave here. Correct na? First one should be taken which is given. Correct na? Can you pass a journal entry for this exchange using your brain? Rough paper. लिखो, रफ में लिखो. क्या है इसमें? Entry, can I? You want bit more time? Few more seconds. Don't discuss your friend. Discuss. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿನಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Correct. Done. Bolo yaar. Let's see. Let's discuss now. First, what is asset? What? Yeah. Anybody first? Tell wrong. 100% wrong. You tell I'm okay with it. Machine account debit. Super. Amount back. 4,000. Okay. 500. 500. 300. Okay. 300. How many of you? Wow, so many people are there. 300. Okay. Rest of you 4,500. Sorry, no problem. We'll listen. Right. 4,500. I believe 4,300 we wrote. Next. तो ओल्ड मशीन सेल करो ना फर्स्ट. P&L को बाद में करेंगे. डेबिट क्रेडिट P&L. Oh, debit. Sorry. Correct. You are right. Then P&L account debit. How much? 200. Okay, nice. 200. Any other number? All of you. Any different number? Okay, no problem. Next. To land. How much? 4,500. 500. 300. Sure. Yeah, maybe because of the number selection, a P&L may be different number. Correct? Because some people told debit 4,500, some people told debit 4,300. Correct? Hello, correct? So the automatically middle number somewhere has to be adjustment, 200 ka. That's why I asked you to write. If you write, clarity will be there. Any other than this journal entry, any one journal entry. Entirely different, sir. I am different, sir. No problem. Tell. This guy is telling. Yes, Nana, tell. Okay. To land account 1,000. How come not tallied? No. Hey, you told first 4,500, I think. Hey, you told 500, 300. Oh, now correct. But first you told 4,500. Fine, no problem. So he's saying 4,300 debit, land 1,000 credit, and 1,300 is the sorry, 3,000 whatever balance amount is P and L gain. Anybody is voting for him? One, two, three. Ashte, only three, four votes. Anybody like him? Any other than this answer? Hmm? Yeah. Congratulations. All of you are perfectly wrong. All. That's why I told read the line carefully, appa, my dear English medium students. అదే నీ ప్రాబ్లం ఇంగ్లీషే ప్రాబ్లం బోల్ బోల్ రే one నిమిష see with your eyes read the lines carefully PPE received should be measured at means machine account debit at fair market value of given. What is that you gave? Land. Land given. Land fair market value how much? 4,500. 4,500 machine account debit. Correct answer. Okay. Right. Hold on. We'll see everything. You may be wrong at next level. Land account opening balance will be like this. Arey, book value 1,000 hai na? When land is 1,000, how can you credit the land by 4,300 or 4,500? Land opening balance to 1,000 hai. E side if you write 4,500, closing balance will be what? Negative 4,000, negative 3,300. Negative means you are trying to tell balance sheet में land e side है sir after my entry no negative करके e side आएगा. Isn't it your super accountant? Land how can it be negative balance Nana? Land gone. I gave off. I gave off means it should be removed from the books of account no ma. It should be removed means other number you should write it on the opposite side no. Isn't it very basic mistake or not? Acceptable? No, people will give badly back. Agree or not? 1,000 book value, land physically given off, but in your books, as per your journal entry, negative 3,300 rupees sitting. That's too much anyaya. Correct na? You can never record at 4,300 or 4,500. It has to be credited by 1,000 because land is out, removed from the books of account. Right? Then 3,500 rupees is the profit to you. I thought you were right. Last minute, luck played. Is right. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Right? Have I told something new? Illa, you went somewhere basically very wrong. Basic thing misstatement kiya. Asset physically gone means asset should be removed from the books also. Books में remove करना means 1,000 rupees book value है debit balance. If you write opposite side, then automatically reverse हो जाएगा. Clean. Right? Sorry. Next concept. Suppose there is no commercial substance. No commercial substance है तो पढ़ो once again. Read carefully this time. Carefully read. Correct yourself. One more chance. Shall we see now? Shall we face a question? Face this. There is a balance sheet. Balance sheet में A is there. I told very clearly there is no commercial substance. A book value is 1000. Fair market value is equal to 1400. Situation 1, 2, 3. Situation 1, you gave something, you took something. That's it. A place में B आया. Next situation, what is that? A you gave, B you got, cash also you got. Like, correct na? Next. Third one is what? You gave A, correct na, old cooker plus cash, you got a new cooker. One by one, think journal entry and pass journal entry in your rough book, and I want that time you give me back. Bolo, first one what? B account debit to A account, 1000, correct? No gain, no loss. Next one, B account debit, cash account debit to A account. B amount how much? 1100, 900, 900. Why? Because see, cash you got, A has to be removed from the books. A cannot be removed less than what is there because A is given off to other party. Correct na? That means B worth is equal to 900 basically. Hello, correct? That's it. Next situation. How many of you correct in all three? Why less? I told just now, when one asset is gone, that has to be reversed in the same book value. Adel, I told land gone means land value 1000. 1000 only should be removed from the books of account. Correct now. First, your focus should be what? A gone. A gone means 1000 gone. Correct na? Cash also gone. 100 gone. That means there cannot be gain or loss. I cannot book. That means obviously B is the balancing figure. Apply presence of mind. Correct na? Linking karna thoda thoda. Agree? Right. One small concept I'll teach. It will take time. Okay. Anyhow, too much traffic is there. Fine. Somebody has urgency, it seems. Please leave. Welcome. No feeling. Yeah. Who wants to continue? Continue. That's it. Yeah. We bought aircraft for 100 crore. Journal entry bolo. Interest to ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ. Aircraft account debit to cash account. Like after writing this journal entry, red color pen ऐसा लेके ऐसा कट करना. Yeah. I'll introduce a new concept that is called component accounting. Yeah. See the beauty of this accounting, which was not there, but which has entered India in 2016. Actually speaking, not 16, 2011 में enter किया, but nobody read carefully. That is normal, no? Right. Chalo. Let's read at least now carefully. Component accounting. What is this accounting? Component means Suppose I buy one. This is small item. Small item के लिए should not account it. Big assets को you should follow this accounting. चिल्लर item को no. Okay, sir, crores of worth. हाँ, seriously get it. Okay, suppose one asset physically like this, valuable something. It has some 2-3 parts exactly. Example. One part. Otherwise, let me take a simple example to make you understand. Right, there is a projector. Correct na? Yeah. Can you see projector? Yes. Projector mein lenses are different. Rest of the body is different. Lenses life is based on the number of hours of usage of the projector. Body life is fixed, some 5 years or 10 years or pakka it will work. Problem if something comes to the lens but not to the entire projector. Hello, understood? So, lens life different, body life is different. Even though I purchased together as one projector only came, in the invoice also projector 50,000 or 1 lakh, yeah, one number they kept. What you should do? You should, while accounting, projector account debit to cash. That's old fashion, not correct fashion. What is the right fashion, sir? Right fashion, projector lenses account debit, projector body account debit to cash. 50,000 should be recorded. E50 should be bifurcated by speaking to the respective party. Okay, because you are accountant, you may not be knowing the technical things and value. Correct? Now you can speak to somebody and they will give you some number. It's okay, approximately plus or minus, not a big issue. But why? What is the problem, sir? See what happens now after 2 years. You replace it. Suppose you are estimating lenses should be replaced in 2 years. Correct now. Then what you should do? A lens cost 20,000 is for lenses. The 20,000 should be depreciated in 2 years. Rest of the body should be depreciated in 5 years. Correct. Now after 2 years, what will happen? Lens account will become 0. Now new lens will come. Again, new lens account debit to cash. That what you purchased for, that should be charged for the rest of the life. Understood? Right. That is what the beauty. Observe now the point of discussion here. Each significant component of the asset should be recognized separately. Okay. Right. Significant part. Yes, depending upon what, sir? Depending upon the life. As I told you, E life bere, A life bere. E depreciation bere, that depreciation is different. Correct now. This may be depreciated based on the number of hours of usage. Rest of the thing will be depreciated. SLM method may be depreciated. Usage may be different. Yeah, depends on different things you are supposed to account. That's why what we say. Suppose aircraft has two parts, two accounts. One is aircraft body, one is aircraft engine. Okay, say aircraft body's life is equal to say 10 years, life engine is equal to 20 years. Actually, ulta practically. Body will work for more years, engine will work for less. Recently, Tata, that is Air India, ordered some hundreds of engines are getting replaced of hundreds of flights. Engine problem is there for some of the flights. They're replacing the engine. They have given already placed an order for so many crores of money. Got it? Body same. Engine change. But in my example, ulta liya, it's okay. Not a problem. Just for understanding. Correct? Example purpose. Body life is equal to 10 years. Aircraft engine is equal to how much, my dear? Correct? Yes. Yeah. Aircraft engine is equal to 20 years. Now, what do I say? How should I record mine? Say example. Total amount payment is equal to how much, my dear friend? 100. The 100 should be bifurcated between these two or not? Yes. So we'll speak to technical guy and he will divide it. Okay, sir, this is 40, sir, that is 60, sir. Sir, whatever he says, other you follow because you don't know first. Correct now. Aircraft body account debit, aircraft engine account debit to cash or bank, whatever paid or payable. That's all you write. Hey, somebody Zoom class, mute yourself. Yes. Now listen. To cash, 100 crore. Are you getting my point? Now, depreciation you see, Nana? Depreciation if you see. Yeah. Body is for how many years, Nana? In my example, 10. That means 40 divided by 10. Isn't it 4 crore rupees per annum will be depreciation or not? Right. What about this aircraft engine? 60 divided by 20, that is equal to 3 crore. 2, 3. Correct, na? 6. That is equal to 3 crore. Totally how much depreciation per annum? Correct, na? Total 7 crore rupees depreciation per annum. Suppose example, if you did not, if I had followed your accounting, Aircraft account debit to cash. 100 crore would have been depreciated in 20 years mostly. Agree or not? 20 years means what would have been 5 crore rupees would have been the depreciation. Next, the worst problem if I tell no, before 2016 there was accounting standard 10 fixed assets. As per that, what happens? No, after 10 years, do I need to replace body? In my example, do I need to replace body or not? When you replace body, the standard will ask what is the increase in the capacity. It will ask. In capacity earlier also 100 people and now also 100 people seating capacity. Charge it off करके बोले क्या करना charge. Now, if I spend 50 crore rupees for the body, 50 crore rupees will hit my P&L immediately. But wherein a body will be used for another 10 years, no? Then how come that is correct accounting? That's why, daily what are we telling? Arey day one ne bifurcate yaar, cut karo, ye asset पे ye asset पे. Even though you bought it together, even though it's coming as one part. When you feel life is different, when you feel the method of depreciation is different, when you feel the usage is different, accounted body account separate, engine account separate, one more account, different account, correct? And you have got 4 5 accounts, 4 5 accounts karo, two cash karo likho. That's the beauty of it. Now look at the next point. Suppose done, body needs a replacement after 9 years only. Actually we planned for 10 years, but it happened 9 years. हो सकता है ना? How do you know what happens? Correct ना? What is the body value right now left? Body book value kitna in the books? Body value how much first you paid for? 40. Per annum how much? 4 depreciation. 9 years over na. 9 into 4 how much? 36. 40 minus 36 how much? 4. 4 will be the book value left. Correct? Ah? Right. So now you are buying a new body na. You are getting it built. Hello, are you getting it built new body or not? New body cost is equal to 50 crore. So first what are you supposed to do? First old body account clean karo before you fix the new body. अरे समझ में आ रहा है? ओल्ड बॉडी क्या करेगा? सेल सेल किया सर, चिल्लर आया सर कुछ, हाँ आया, इधर भी आया. Sold scrap for 50 lakh rupees and you paid 50 crore rupees for the new body. First what should I do? Tell me. Entry. One person raise hand and tell. Perfectly tell. Wrong also tell. No problem. Raise hand. Yeah, raise hand means no sound. Yeah, I'm asking you to do research and development. How to build body anta. अन्याय है पा. Yeah, tell the numbers ಬೇಕು, entry correct ಬೇಕು. Cash account debit how much? 50 lakh. Next. Last account P&L account debit how much? 3.5 crores. To old body account 4 crore. That's all. You sold something, you got 50 lakh. So cash account debit. Correct na, 50 lakh. 4 crore book value worth sold for 50 lakh means isn't it 3.5 crore is a loss to you? Yes, it is a loss to me. Last account debited. So what is gone? Old body gone from my books. Books also gone, physically also gone. Cleared. Old body, what is the body value right now? Huh? 0. Now you bought a new one, installed a new one or not? Yes. So entry, aircraft body account debit. To cash. Now E50 crore will be depreciated over the correct. Just pass the journal entry for this. Loudly. Land and building account debit to cash. Anybody opposite? All same. Land, raise hand and speak. Huh. That's it. That's the right one. Land account debit, Ray, just now I told you component. Land is non-depreciable, building is depreciable. How can you club and say what you want to kill? How do you want to kill land and building together? Hmm? Land account debit separately, building account debit separately, to cash. ऐसा लिखना पड़ेगा. Hello, understood? Exactly. That is the thing. Right. Last slide. Capitalize all the expenses till what date? Is it ready to use or put to use? Put to means actual usage. Ready to use means if I switch on today onwards, it starts working. It's ready, but I didn't start. Put to use or ready to use? Perfectly wrong. Ready to use only should be taken. Which date it is ready? You are using it after some time. That is not my issue. And you should depreciate it from the date of ready to use, not from put to use. Put to use is nowhere used. Nowhere. Ready to use is the important date. Any expenses incurred. Any expense incurred between ready to use to put to use. What should I do? Shall I charge it to P&L? Shall I capitalize it? Shall I show it as a deferred revenue expenditure? That's it. Only one way, charge it to P&L. There is no concept of deferred revenue and it cannot be capitalized. It is already ready. Correct, na? Do you have written one line in the cash or credit? Go to there, cash or credit ka. All the expenses directly attributable to make it, to bring it to the working condition for the intended purpose, and it will be their sentence. Working condition, next I didn't say. For the intended use. It is ready for use. That's it. Ready time. After ready time, no, I will not take that into account. Hello, understood? Yeah. Do one thing. 15 minutes you copy and whatever is possible, rest you can take a pics or something. Right. No, if you have, what is that? Offices or something, you leave. No problem. The photos will send later. You go, no problems. What is that? This is what you need to write. No, I think hardly 5 6 slides. Up to you.